Hello, this is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. I'm making a training coaching video for everybody. Just a little bit of my background. If you don't know who I am, I've been investing since believe it or not, since 1985. And I was there for the crash of 87 and everything else. Was a broker and an investments advisor. I became a private investor right in 2000, right at the beginning of 2000 when the world fell apart. And just have a passion. Before that, I taught on a university level. I love teaching. I love the markets. I love helping people and just trying to explain things in a slow, systematic way so that others can hopefully pick up some words of wisdom. After 30 plus years, I hope there's some wisdom there. If not, then man, I'm in trouble. Anyway, what are we looking at? There's a great lesson in this video for you. It has to do with preconceived notions. There's a lot of news out there. There's more news now than there ever has been. You've got news on tabloids. I mean, you've got Wall Street Journal, you've got Barron's, you've got Investors Daily, and they're all fine, by the way. I'm not knocking any of these, okay? That's not the motive with this. But you also have news on websites via the internet. There is a tremendous amount of news out there. Then you also have social media. Tremendous amount of news, information on social media, whether it be Twitter or Facebook or websites. You combine all these things together, and again, you compound it with all kinds of opinions that are out there. And I'll tell you the truth, what can happen? It can get to be overwhelming. I've seen it, I've experienced it, where it's sensory overload. And what happens? You just get swayed by it. You think, oh gosh, this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. Oh man, maybe I guess I shouldn't do anything. Or, oh, you know what? Yeah, better leave this alone. And then you combine it with, like I said, cable TV news. And you're inundated, we are inundated 24 hours a day with news. And a lot of it's the frickin' end of the world. It's always the end of the world. And think about this, folks. Good news can sell, but bad news can really sell. You read what's out there, you listen to what's out there. And by the way, I'm not knocking any of the cable news channels, okay? We're not going to get slammed into that game as far as, oh, well, Fox is good and MSNBC is bad, or MSNBC is good and Fox is bad. No, let's leave all that alone, okay? That's not what this is about. What this is about is helping you clean out the extraneous news that can impact your decision-making process. And again, there's a lot of it out there. This weekend, there's a lot of news. I mean, we're talking about what's going on in Iran. We're talking about what's going on in Iraq. We're talking about the turbulence. We're talking about President Trump. We're talking about, boy, oh boy, he's made a mistake, on down the line. And I have to stress this. I'm not defending him, okay? That's not the issue here. The issue is clear thinking. Clear thinking. A confused mind will always say no. Something to remember. Sensory overload can lead to a confused mind. But we'll take it a step further. A little bit of information is good. This is what a lot of people think. A little bit of information is good, so a lot of information must be really good. And folks, that's not true. That is not true. It will muddle your thought processes. So what's my suggestion? I'll be very honest. I don't have cable TV in my office. I'm not going to sit there and get overwhelmed with pundits on certain shows, and I'm not going to get overwhelmed with news pundits on other shows where it comes across like the end of the world. Oh, this is it. This is it. I mean, here we go. We're going to World War III. This is it. And again, I'm not defending President Trump or his policies. That's not the issue. The issue is this, a clear mind. A clear mind. It helps us in our thought processes. So think about this. This weekend, we had major news going on with Iran, and partially Iraq, but primarily Iran. We had the bombing that goes on. We had a military leader, political leader, who was killed. And I'm not endorsing it. I'm not condoning it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's what happened. I'm just reporting what happened. And then the news starts where, boy, oh boy, this could lead to World War III. And we need to be careful. And you know what? Maybe President Trump needs to be impeached. All this stuff. Folks, if you get that crap running through your heads, pretty soon you're going to start developing preconceived notions where, and it happened this weekend. Man, I'm telling you, things are bad. The futures are down. We are going to get killed on Monday. That's it. We're going to drop. And you know what I need to do? First off, I need to sell right away. Okay, I got to sell. I got to get out. All right. By the way, you notice the high drama in that statement? Why? Because that's what news is. So much of it, they want to catch your eye. High drama. And it gets in your head. So then you start thinking in a certain way. And it causes you to lose sight of what is the best arbiter for good decision making. You know what it is? It's not TV. It's not social media. It's not news sources in any way, shape, or form. You know what it is? It's the market. Let the market tell us what to do. Studying two things. Two things, folks. Price and volume. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. This weekend, when the futures were down because you saw the news, it's like, what should I do? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell. I got to protect myself. I'm out. I got to get out. I'm selling. Looks like the end of the world. Futures down big. This is it. It's the start of the waterfall. Well, you know what? If you took that and you ran with it and you sold a bunch of stocks, you were wrong. Please don't take offense to that. That's not my point here. My point is this. We want to get better. You ever heard the acronym CANI? Constant never-ending improvement? Hey, folks, let's get better. Every day is an opportunity to improve in all facets of life, including investing. So what do? Here's what we do. And we make it simple. Turn off the news. Turn off the news. Be aware of it, okay? Be aware of what's going on. You know, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance isn't going to work either. Be aware of what's happening politically. Be aware of what's happening business-wise. Be aware of what's happening socially. You know, be aware, but don't get so wrapped up in it that it clouds your vision on what is happening. What is happening in the market, not what you think should happen. Case in point. Here we go. We're doing this on a Monday. Apple gaps down. It's still above the rising 50-day. It's still above the rising 20-day. It's still above the rising 8-day. Came right down to the 8-day moving average, exponential moving average. Here's the buy. It's just trending. This morning, it gapped down. There were people that said, that's it, it's over. Advanced Micro Devices, it's just walking up here. Alibaba, entry, it's fine. By the way, this is not a brag fest. That's lame. That's immature. No, this is just cold, hard, critical analysis of what the stocks are doing. So then you say, well, what should we do with, if there were stocks that we were interested in? Watch them. Just simply watch them and analyze price and volume action. Burlington, look at this. Gaps down this morning and reverses back up. Volume is low, but it held in. Coop, lifted off. All this crummy news that's what's going on overseas, and Coop lifts off on Friday and follows through today. Salesforce.com, well, I can't buy anything. Hey, we got a problem here overseas. President Trump's screwing up, people say. And again, I'm not endorsing him. I'm not condoning him. I'm not negating him. That's not the issue. The whole issue of this is turning off the news and watching price and volume. This stock gaps down right there. See the open? Gaps down. I'll enlarge this for you. Right there's the open. Gaps down, runs up, takes out the pivot, and goes. And goes. Price and volume. Ignore the news. It was on the key list last night for today. DT, Dynatrace, lifts off. Oh, I can't buy anything. Well, looks like they voted to me. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. Here's the hourly. Looks like they voted. Key list stock for last night, for today, and it went. DocuSign, well, it didn't trigger. It's nothing to do with it. DXCM starting to lift off. Volumes low, starting to lift off. That is a slight negative. Paycom grinding up. The point is this. I encourage you. Be cognizant of the news, but let price and volume tell you what to do. You'll be better for it. You'll think clearer. No preconceived notions. And that's also true, and I'm going to wrap this up. That's also true with earnings. I have seen stocks. I remember years ago, I saw Chipotle on earnings, and the stock was, no, it was Priceline. It was Priceline. The stock was gapping down like 200 points on earnings. It's like, it's the end of the world. After hours, stock's gapping down. Priceline's gone now, okay? Gapping down. The next morning, what's it do? It gaps up 100. The poor people that panicked on all this news, all right, got schnookered. Just be aware of all this. Earnings news is more relevant than political news. Just be aware of what's going on. Take a breath. You'll be better for it. No preconceived notions. It works. It works. You'll think clear. And I hope this helps you, and I thank you.